gonna work. Here we go. Life is so much better with the soundtrack. So I tell people whenever they say, "You listening to music?" Yeah. Life is so much better with the soundtrack. Cause in my mind, what I'm living in my mind is like, I don't know, it's combinations of all these musicals I've ever watched in my whole entire life. You know it? Only it's my own version of it. Yeah, it's my own version, my own twist. But what I imagine and what I live are not the same. I've always had a really good imagination. It's been a saving grace to me, because I've imagined so many things, and lo and behold, look at all the things I've done, because when I was young I imagined I could.
And you did.
And I did. And look how many people just don't do nothing with their lives. Just such a waste. Every time I look around, just a waste. It's a waste of something that somebody, you know, people don't even try because they're too busy living a life that somebody else wants them to live. But, you know, go to the school your parents tell you to go to just because they went, and all this freaking patriarchal nonsense. It's just, it's just coming to a head. It's just like, let people do what they want to do, you know? Stop perpetuating these nonsense freaking reindeer games. It's all reindeer games. It's like, it's so trite to me, Ma, because I look out there and like all the stuff that people care about, Ma, economic, reindeer games, made up. Guy sat in a room, wrote some shit on a table, said, "Thy will be done." And then there's economics, and they have all these systems and all these graphs and all these freaking formulas to support economics, and it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. None of that matters. Nope, none. Universal law, none of it freaking matters. Marketing, movies, entertainment, all of it. All of it. It's all reindeer games. But it's not even a fair game. No, the deck is stacked. You can't even, you can't even get anywhere and do anything unless you do really weird shit, and I ain't into that, so. Anyway, hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hayoke empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Ma, did you have a good day?
I had a good day.
Ma, it was Mother's Day, but we treat every day like Mother's Day around here. I'm just great every day. I'm grateful to have you. And I know a lot of people lost their parent. Like, this is their first their Mother's Day. Like, people I went to high school with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
They lost it.
They lost their mothers, like, so this is their first one. Ma, you're just the heartbreak waiting to happen, you know? We all just are to somebody. You know? Just, that's why I never understood, like, when people were together, they're just like, they didn't really, like, value that the time that they share while they're together, you know? And I just would get so excited, just like, tell me everything you've been doing, you know? I just have always been sentimental like that, because I've had too many experiences that when you part ways, that's just the last time you see that person again.
That's true.
So you never know when the last time's going to be, and you maybe appreciate it, definitely, and act accordingly. So, I try to. Anyway. Boy, you think... Boy, with all this this eclipse season, man, I freaking... I'm so tired of working on stuff. I'm so tired of it. I'm just tired. I'm burnt out. And it's like all this smoke. I'm like, man, this is what it was like with fucking in Oregon. When we had to leave Oregon. October of 2020. That was hard, you know? But I mean, it's not as bad. It's not as bad. But still, don't make it easier to find places to live, because now you got all these people that are displaced because the freaking federal employees are fucktards. Because they had a burn day and a really windy day. It's just stupid, man. Human error. And they never get, there's no consequences in the bros club. You know? That's another reason why I'm burnt out, because I'm like, man, you know, it's got to balance out. Something's got to happen soon, because this bros club is just out of hand, man. It's just, they're going to freaking kill us all. Just fringing their, you know, their non-compliant wieners. I think about how much maniacal shit's done because a guy can't fucking get a boner, you know? He doesn't feel like a man. So he goes out and freaking, or he has to do violent things to feel like a man. Those guys are freaking, ugh. That's a special kind of creep. Ugh. That's like, ugh. There's, ugh. Anyway. It's all about power and control and dominance and all that stuff. It's just how the pervies do. But it's just like the world, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of fucking scoundrels being in charge. I'm tired of dipshits freaking making decisions for people. I'm tired of just all of it. And I'm really having to live one day at a time, because, man, I can slip anytime. I can slip into that, oh man, I can't do this I don't want to live like this for the rest of my life. I don't want to freaking, it just hurts. Everything hurts. You know? It's hard to watch. I mean, Mom had a nice conversation with her son this morning, and then I'm just like, my whole life is a joke, man. Because all I wanted was him to help us find a place so we could live closer to watch the girls grow up. That's why I moved to Oregon, and it didn't work out. And then when we had to leave Oregon, and I was like, I freaking all but begged him, and he said no. Said, you got yourself into this, you get all that shit, all that, you know, people that have never done anything much for themselves just don't know how hard it is to get in out of a hard situation. And it is funny, because I even reached out to like a couple of friends that I knew, that I went to high school with them too, but they were my brother's friends, and I was just like, man, you know, to try and get a lead on someplace. I was desperate. I was freaking asking. I was begging. I was asking anybody and everybody. And fucking people didn't fucking care then. And so we end up in New Mexico, 3 states away from, you know, and just hearing about, you know, their volleyball games and taekwondo, and not getting to go, and just hearing about it, it's just hard for me to not get a resentment, because I wanted both of us to be there so desperately, and I'm tired of wanting things. I'm tired of not getting what I want in life. I'm tired of wanting. And then to have him tell me about how his friend... This is so funny. Oh my God. How his friend, like, his parents are getting up there. And his friend moved both of... He's a big manager guy at Intel. And his dad got sick, and he helped his mom and dad. He moved him in, and not only that, but they moved his wife's mother in too, because that's what you do. You take care of family. And I just think it's a mean joke. I think it's a mean joke. Oh, I think it's a mean joke. But you know what? It's a two-way street. The thing of it is it's not only are the girls, are we missing out on the girls growing up, but they're missing out on this precious time with their grandma Loretta. And it is so hard for me not to go into anger. Get up here and sit down. Because that is my natural, that's my astrology. See, but that's what people don't understand. Is you can rise above your astrology all the time. It just takes, because we all have the aspects, you know, from light to shadow, right? And just because you can act a kind of way, you know, and you have a propensity, doesn't mean that you have to. We are given free will. We are human beings. We have opposable thumbs. We were to be the practitioners of this planet. And collectively we have failed. Yeah. And now the narrative, the imposed narrative, is headed in a trajectory that doesn't look good. Why don't people just change the narrative? No, seriously, like literally change the. Stop using the same catchphrases that all the media. Stop using. Just make up different. Just do a twist. I do different variations. I was in an IT. I went to college, you know. And when I was trying to decide, like what do I want to focus on? You know why I didn't choose AI? Or you know why I didn't choose robotics? Because I couldn't fucking stand the people that were in the field. Yeah. That's a big deterrent for me. People. So they suck. They're all, you know, they're all freaking me. And the thought of being around that all the time, it's just freaking mind numbing. And these are the people that want the greatest and latest and greatest and put all the money into it. See, and I live too full spectrum. I know there's too many people that are in need, and and people are playing too much. Yeah, people play too much. Yeah. There's too many. Yeah, make sure everybody has everything they need, and then everybody can play all they want. But no. See, the cracks of society are only getting wider. Fires. Hey, it's May now. Things are going to start drying out in all other parts of the country. It's going to be crazy. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people who are going to have a hard time freaking submitting their ballot when they don't got no freaking address. Yep. Ooh, price drop. I like to see that. I want to move. Ooh, there's neighbors though. That might. 3-bedroom one. Oh, they dropped it $5,000. See, that's the thing is, it is so funny. It's been like that my whole life. It's like it's saturating the energy field. People want a lot of money for their shit, but when they want to go to pay for something, they don't want to freaking pay for nothing. They're like, all of a sudden they're frugal. It's just a weird mentality. This is definitely a different kind of mentality of any place I've ever lived. Every place I lived, the mentalities are different. But it's just like, here, at least when I was in Oregon, it was annoying things like them painting the roads. Because they'd allocate so much fun to paint the paint on the roads. But there's homeless people everywhere, but you could see where the lines are. It didn't make sense. And that crap is just like, It's all freaking toxins anyway, and people know what side of the freaking road to drive on. You don't gotta tell them all the time, right? It was just like overkill with them, right? And then I get here, they allocate all this money, but they don't spend it on the roads. I've never seen such a shitty town, such a town that takes such shitty care of it. You can't ride a bike. The roads are just such shit in Taos. They're crap. I always go the back roads and stuff like that. Are they playing? Yeah, they're playing in the cat tunnel. Yeah, they're playing in the cat tunnel. That's cool. I'm glad they use that. Anyway, so what else is going on? More people are having tech issues. You know, that is a kind of, as being like tech support, right? I always had to set up the conference room for these D-bag corporate freaking VIPs. Just ask them, they'll tell you how VIP they are. They're fucking total D-bags, right? Just all in this, and they just want it just right. You know, just, it has to be like this and this, and just, it's just like, relinquish control. Sometimes I grab people's hands to look, and I'd be like, dude, your hands ever get bloody from hanging onto those reins so tight? Man, bet you sleep good at night from exhaustion from just having to run everything day in and day out. God. Right? You know, it doesn't matter. Like, all that freaking external stuff drives me crazy. The microphones that freaking people have. The microphones. They got these big fucking microphones. You know, as long as you can understand what I'm saying, that's all that should matter. Yeah, I don't have a microphone. I just speak clearly. I enunciate. No problem. Heck, I got basically a Chromebook with a Apple OS anyway. Piece of shit. Doesn't even have any freaking ports or nothing. It's just another one of those things, because a couple months later they came out with the freaking next version, and then they put the fucking USB ports back in and shit. What are you gonna do? Just laugh. Just laugh. Stupid people and their dumb ideas. But they get paid so much. Anyway, Mom picked out the thumbnail. The first poppy bloomed today. The first poppy bloomed. So, that was kind of neat. It kind of caught my eye out the window. Mom, come look, come look. They look like tissue paper. They're pretty hardy and stuff like that too. The baby kittens are getting active. Their eyes are all open and stuff right now. They're getting active. They're starting to move around. They got the whole bathtub back there. It's like one of those, like, I don't know. It's not really a jacuzzi size, but it's bigger than the regular. It's bigger than that one that I use, and so they got the whole thing. I put comfy stuff in there for them. They're starting to I'll go in there and she'll be like behind the toilet or something like that. She's been coming out here, actually. As a matter of fact, it's past the time. She probably wants me to go get her and let her do, because she's been walking around because she needs a break. She's got to have a break, man. She needs a break. And so I'll go back in there and I'll like throw them all on her cat pile. And she just looks at me, meow. Meow. Like, you had to do it. It's kind of fun to watch these little critters start to figure it out. Like, you know, oh my goodness, what am I going to do in this life? I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but you just come across things, you find things, man. Some things you find, they just need a little bit of help, you know. So, cat has freaking kittens on your porch, you got to help it. What else am I going to do? I can't leave it. I I can't just ignore stuff like that. How do people do that, man? The stuff that people, they just ignore it in their life. Like if you ignore it, is that going to make it go away? Does it make you feel better when you ignore things? I can't ignore things. I've never, ever, ever, ever in my whole life, not even my brother when he would pick on me, but he would do things to make sure that I wouldn't, because I tried to ignore him and make sure that I couldn't ignore him. I freaking hated it. Hold me down and pull my toes until they popped. Your toes aren't supposed to pop. It's just something that's just mean. It's just mean. He just always thought, because it would hurt so much, and I'd freaking protest so much. But that's funny, and I've seen those people my whole entire life that just think that my pain is funny to them. That if I suffer, that it somehow makes them, like, gives them a better lot in life or something. It's freaking weird, man. There's a lot of really sick people in the world. A lot of people that are just don't even help. They just don't even bother, man. It's everywhere. I was listening to the Peace Dealer today, and he's talking about his meet and greets. Wants to do meet and greets. That's all well, that's good. People do all this stuff, but how much are people doing to help people? That's the thing that fucking drives me crazy. Is nobody does anything to help people that need help. Because everybody just presumes that there's freaking organizations and non-profits and there's other people to do that. And the fact is, I'm here to tell you that those offices that pay themselves a lot of money to say that they help, the VA system is one of the ones I'm thinking about the most. They pay them, oh man, that's just end it and put direct deposit in the veteran's pocket and freaking fire all those scumbags that work in that system. That's just a total waste, man. Total waste. Total. Yep. The VA clinic and but the employees still show up all the time, still show up every day. They're still getting paid, but they're not seeing the freaking. It's misappropriation of funds. This is the stuff, man. It's just getting worse because you get these dipshits that freaking just hire all their friends and their cousins and their relatives, and they're just not fucking smart, man. You're just not smart. And you're just keeping freaking things from getting better because you can't step down. Because your egos are, tell you that you're really smart, and your ego's lying to you. And so is your mommy and daddy. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's all the better ways that the world can be than the fucking version of the bullshit that we're getting right now. I don't look at the news much. I'm curious. I look sometimes. And it's what kind of prime bullshit that the fucking senile president of the USA fucking dipshit geriatric freaking god dumbass. All the grossness that guy's perpetuated in his life to be where he is. Ugh. And his dipshit wife goes to a war zone? Really? And that's what people are to believe? And that is what the people believe. Because they just do what they're told. Because that's what people are programmed. They're conditioned to do what they're told. And I ain't never been like that. And I've always been the one why are people doing that? That's stupid. Oh, because somebody somewhere wants them to. It's been an answer to a lot of things. I even had relatives that wrote textbooks and stuff like that, so it always begged the question, whose version of history are we reading? People with the biggest piles of money. Has nothing to do with truth, justice, freedom, but more to do with dangling carrots. That's what civilization, society. How long can we string along these dumbass freaking basic people to get them to do all the weird stuff that we want them to do to their demise? They won't even know it. It's freaking hard to watch, man. But evidently everybody's waking up. Everybody's waking up, right? I'm ready for my great awakening. I wonder what it's gonna be. Maybe I'll find